Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us for Feel Good Flow, a practice you can do to help energize your whole body, to clear the mind, and get ready for the rest of the day. So we will start just for a few moments in the seated position. If you'd like to start with some nice gentle neck rolls from side to side. Feeling into your body here and starting to pay attention to your breath too. So you can exhale, roll your head one way, inhale, roll your head the other way. And we'll continue with this one more time. This time as you roll your head to one side, lift up your chin, look over that shoulder for a few breaths. Starting to deepen your breath down into your body and release it all out. This time as you exhale, drop your chin towards that side of your chest. And on your next inhale, lift it back up. Slowly bring it back to center, and we'll turn it to the other side. A nice gentle neck stretch. Just check in that you're sitting up nice and tall here. Breathing. And on your next exhalation, drop your chin down towards that side of your chest. And inhale to lift again. And we'll slowly come back to center. And this time exhale, dropping your chin down towards your chest. And inhale to lift. As you lift, you can also open your chest and roll your shoulders back slightly. And we'll do this for 2 more breaths. And then allow this to come a little bit more into the rest of your upper body and down through your back. And open the chest. Roll the shoulders back when your chin lifts. Exhale, now pull your belly in. Maybe reach your arms forward and feel more of that stretch in your back. One more breath like that, seated cat-cow. And coming back to center, we're gonna bring the legs out of that position, stretch them out to the sides for a moment. We're gonna do some ankle rolls. That's it. And just continue to pay attention, focusing on your body and at the same time your breath too. Let's flex and point the feet. So bring the toes back in and then point the toes. And you get on the exhale, you could point your toes and inhale, bring them back in, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter for this one. And then releasing. And just let your feet flop from side to sides. Moving your legs from side to side, rolling them just to help loosen up through the hips too. Nice movement here, getting the energy flowing a little bit more through your body. And then we're going to bring our hands back, bend your knees this time, and slowly bring your legs from side to side. And you can breathe in one way, exhaling the other. Could you be using your sounded breath, your ujjayi breath that you can hear? So when you're exhaling, breathing out through your nose or your mouth. Sometimes it's nice to breathe out through the mouth a few times, just to really help reset and release your breath. We'll bring the feet together now and do a little bit of movement here for your hips, up and down in the butterfly pose. And on the next breath in, lift your legs up. And on the next breath out, release them down. 2 more breaths like that. Don't worry about pushing your legs down to the ground. Just release them more naturally. And then we'll slightly come over the legs here. And on the next breath in, release. Good. Come back to center. I'm going to stretch one leg out and bring the other leg up. So my other knee is bent. I'll show you from the side so you can see me a bit better. And we're going to sit up nice and tall. And we're going to reach through the right arm. So it's my right knee bent, right arm lifting. Exhale it back. Come into a twist. Just a nice gentle twist to start today. Alternately, if you want to try this one, you could try with your legs bent, both legs bent here. Maybe that feels better for your back. And then you can slowly release. And we will switch sides. So I'm just gonna, you stay as you are. I'm just gonna now have my left leg bent or both legs bent. We're gonna lift up through the left arm and come back. And hold on to this leg. I'm just bringing my hand to the outside of the knee. Starting a gentle twist. Inhaling, sinking the breath down into the body, a little bit deeper. A little bit wider through your ribs on the inhale, and on the exhale, release. And notice your body might naturally want to go deeper in your twist on that exhalation. And then on your next breath, at the end of your exhalation, slowly release. Come back to center. Bring both legs out. And then just maybe rock the legs out a little bit from side to side. We can also do a bit of massage for the legs. First, rolling through your wrists. And then just a little bit of patting down the legs on the outside. Okay, gently, I've got loose fists and I'm just gently patting all the way down. And then I'm coming up the inside. And I'll do that again, coming down the outside of your legs and coming up the inside. And then coming down the tops and coming up the inside. It's a good way to get your circulation flowing. You can pat a little bit quicker or faster, a little bit harder if it feels good. And then we'll come down the backs of the legs so you can bend your knees. And come up the inside. Good. And shake that out. And just notice if your legs are feeling a little bit more energetic, okay, less sluggish. And then we're going to come off our seat. So slowly bring yourself. We're going to come all the way up to standing. So if you'd like to transition however you'd like to come up to standing, we're going to stand just out the top edge of one side of your mat. And we're going to start with the feet. We're going to rock a little bit back and forth with the feet. Helping to wake up all those little muscles and bones in your feet. And we can roll to the outside edges of your feet, come towards the inside, go back and forth a little bit. You can bend and straighten your legs as you do that. I'm bending my knees as I come back to center. And then plant your feet, keep them centered, and we'll continue just bending and straightening the legs. Inhale and bend, and exhale and straighten. And 2 more times. So you're moving on your own flow, your own rhythm, not necessarily matching mine. I don't really want you to, so make sure that you're following your own breath. Okay, and then we're going to come down and bend the knees and start to roll them out. So nice big knee circles here. Opposite direction. All right, and then I'll come up into a standing pose, mountain pose, and we'll just shake out through the arms a little bit more. Okay, and start to move, circling your arms. It doesn't have to be the full rotation of your shoulder, just getting your body moving here. Opposite direction. And then swinging your arms back and forth a few times. Really nice to help loosen up the shoulders. Keep breathing. To help you release more tension in your body. Again, you can release with your breath coming out your mouth on the exhalation a few times. Good. And then we're going to swing the arms sideways. So if you want to widen your feet apart, and now flowing your arms side to side, and your torso will move with this. Your hips will move back and forth. Feel that in your legs as well. And keep going. If you get dizzy, I would suggest moving slower. If you get really dizzy, you can just stop this at any time. Okay, let your head move from side to side too. Now I'm going to really let my arms flop. Okay. And then slowly come back to center, shaking that out. All right, feeling a little bit looser, more open in your body. Roll your shoulders a few times again. And on your next breath in, we're going to slowly reach the arms up. You can look up if it feels good for your neck to do that, and exhale and slowly come down. Okay, so this time, just make sure your feet are hip distance apart. This time, as you inhale, lift your arms. We're also going to lift up onto our toes, lift the heels. Hold that for one more breath. Find a focal point. And on the exhalation, keep your arms there. You can lower them down a little bit. Come down into a chair pose here. Holding for 2 more breaths. And then on your next breath in, come back up. Looking up, and on the next breath out, let your arms release and let your upper body fold over your legs. Stay here for 1 more breath. And your knees can be bent. Let's bend the knees, come up halfway. And exhale and sink. Good. Breathing in, we're going to slowly rise up. And breathing out, we'll bring your hands down at the chest. Okay, so we'll do that 1 more time. Breathing in, we're going to rise up. Through the arms, we're also going to lift up through the heels, balance here. Reach through your arms, lift them up. And then on your exhale, come down with your feet, come down with your heels, come down into your chair pose. Stay here for 2 more breaths. On your next breath in, slowly reach up. And next breath out, slowly come down into forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to sink. And bend your knees, plant your feet, slowly rise up with your next breath in. Lifting arms up overhead. Exhale, down in front. Palms together. Stay here for 1 more breath. Next time you inhale, keep your palms together and lift them up towards the ceiling. I've got my hands together, clasping the fingers except for the index. They're pointing straight up. Reaching through the arms, pressing the arms a little bit more towards the ears, straightening them. We're going to come over into a side bend. So I'm going to lean over, reach over to one side. Arms reaching straight up and out. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other side. Stay here for 2 breaths. Good. We're going to do that 1 more time each side. So when you're inhaling, come back to center. Exhale, come into your side bend, arms reaching. Show you from the side. Breathing in, come back to center. Breathing out, other side. Keep reaching through your arms. And breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out, palms down at your chest. Release your shoulders. Okay, this time we'll let the palms come down and inhale, lift the arms up. If it feels good again, you can look up. And this time, exhale, we're going to bring the hands together at the heart. As you exhale, step your right foot back into warrior 1. Okay, so you decide how far back you want to go with that back foot, but you want to try to keep your heel planted. So try not to go too far back so your heel lifts. You can lift up onto your back toes and then plant that heel down. Bend your front knee here. And we're going to reach back with the arms, opening the shoulders here. Good. 1 more breath. The next time you inhale, slowly lift those arms straight up over your head, holding for 2 breaths, looking at the wall or looking up at the ceiling. And exhale, we're going to start to come down with the arms at the same time, straightening your front leg. We're going to pull the arms back again. See if you can clasp your hands together. We're going to fold a little bit into that pyramid pose. If you want to just simply cross your arms behind your back, you can also do that. Or you can reach through your arms here. Holding for 2 more breaths. And then on the next inhale, bend your front knee, slowly come back upright. Arms reaching right down your back. Release your hands. Inhale up with the arms. And then exhale, we're going to come down and come into a bit of a lunge. So you can slide your back foot back a little bit more. We're going to come down onto that back knee. And take a few moments to help release. If you need to go back and forth with your hips a few times, feel free. And then we'll come back slightly with the hips, plant down, lift up through your upper body, reach through your arms, breathing in and breathing out. We're going to fold again. And this time you can lift up off your back knee. You're in a full lunge position, pressing back with your heel. If you want to try a twist here, you can keep your right hand down closer towards your left foot and just bring your left hand to your lower back. Looking to the left, centering your knee, the right knee, and the hips as well, center. You can reach that arm up if it feels good. And then slowly release. We're going to come back to center. We're going to step this back foot in towards the front. We're in a forward bend, releasing. Deep breath out. And the next breath in, we're going to slowly make our way all the way back. Reaching through those arms. Exhale, palms together, down at your heart. Taking a moment in the mountain. And then releasing your palms down, hands down towards the floor, fingers pointing down. Releasing them apart and then lifting up again. And bring your hands down at your heart. Exhale, and we're going to step the left foot back. I had to think there for a moment. So we're going to bend and straighten that front leg. Find your posture here for warrior one. Move through your legs. A good stretch for your legs here. If you want to stretch a little bit more actively through that back, heel, ankle, and calf, you can lift for a moment and then plant it down. Good. When you feel steady, reach your arms back. Okay, pausing here for 2 more breaths. Next time you inhale, slowly release and reach those arms up into warrior one. Breathing here. Straightening through those arms. And on your next exhale, we're going to slowly straighten the leg, reach back again with the arms come into a half pyramid pose. You're coming over from your hip. You can reach and open, pausing. And you could always just cross your arms behind your back too, just like this. Some people even like to try to bring those palms together. So in a namaste sort of Anjali Mudra, fingertips touching. One more breath here. And then we'll slowly come back up. Inhale through the arms. Reaching, exhale all the way down into your lunge. Come, slide your back leg back, come down onto your knee. Pausing here for a few breaths. Again, shift back and forth if your hips need that. And lift your chin, look forward. And then we'll slightly pull those hips back and bring your arms back, coming upright. Inhale, reach. And exhale, sink down into a twist. So let's come up onto that back foot for the twist. If you'd like to come off your knee, you can come back down, but We're going to twist to the right side now, looking to the right. Your right hand can just be on your back for a moment. Try to keep your hips the way they are when they're centered, not twisting into it. So play around with that position, centering your knee. And if it feels good, you can reach through that arm. Pausing here for one more breath. Then releasing it back down, we're going to step that back foot forward. We're in our forward bend, release the head and neck. Maybe cross the arms this time. You can slightly shift from side to side with your arms. And on your next breath in, we're going to slowly rise up. Reaching through the arms and exhale, palms together down at your heart. We'll stay in our mountain for a few breaths. Relaxing your body now, releasing any tension anywhere. Flow your awareness down from the head all the way through the neck, shoulders, back, front of your torso, hips, legs, and finally at your feet. Feel the soles of your feet in contact with your mat. Next time you inhale, we're going to rise up again with the arms. Exhale, come down. This time to step back with both feet and come into a plank. Okay, so if you want, you can start in the half plank, helping to get your alignment there. Okay, so your knees are in line with knees, hips, and shoulders are all in one straight line, and the head to the crown of the head. And then when you have that, you can just lift your lower legs up. We'll pause here for 2 or 3 more breaths. And then from plank, we're going to slowly come down. Elbows, hands underneath your shoulders, elbows in at your sides, lower down onto your belly. And head can come down on the next breath in. Come up into a gentle cobra. And on the exhalation, come back down. We'll do 2 more times flowing here. So just making sure you're feeling rooted right through the front of your pelvis there. No compression or tightness in your lower back. Alternately, you could go into the Sphinx. Arms like this. It depends how your back feels today. It is a really good counter movement and opening for all the forward slumping that we do in our bodies. So we want to always come into a back bend to keep our spine nice and healthy and open. Staying here, I may be just holding the cobra pose or Sphinx for a few breaths. In your place, working on strengthening your back as well. You can take your hands away and just be in that place where you're engaging right through your core muscles to keep you lifted here. Breathing. Elbows in at your sides. We want those shoulders to go down, and that'll lengthen your neck. Always come down when you need a rest, okay? Okay, we can try staying for 1 more breath. And then slowly release the head down. And release the arms down at your sides. Okay. We're going to try the locust, and we're just going to lift through the legs next. So there's a few different ways you can position your arms for this one. You'd have your arms down at your sides like I'm doing. Some people like palms down. I prefer palms up. And sometimes I even prefer bringing the arms right underneath as hands underneath the thighs. See how that feels. You should find a position for your body that feels comfortable for your lower back so that when you lift your legs, it feels supportive. You're not crunching your lower back. Just lift them slightly off the floor and pull back a little bit too. Pull out with your feet. And we'll hold this pose, the half locust, for a few breaths. It helps to strengthen the legs and the lower back. It's really good for that. And one more breath. And for the last breath, if we want to take our body into the full pose, we can bring even the arms out to the sides or arms forward, whichever you prefer. I feel like more like the airplane style right now. That feels good to me, so do what feels good to you. And then slowly come down, release. Feel your whole body soften and just kind of melt into your mat as you let go. Let's bend the knees, feet in the air, and slowly move them from side to side, helping to release the hips, the low back. Do a few more ankle rolls, and then rolling just the lower legs and feet for the knees. Moving the legs in opposite directions here. And coming down with your legs, hands underneath your body, underneath the shoulders. We're going to push up off the belly, curl your toes under, push off and come back into a child's pose. If you'd like, you can widen your knees apart and keep your arms extended in front of you. As you breathe here, feel your breath flow in and down into your back. And feel your breath release out and releasing your back. I'll stay here for two more. And then we're going to release or reach through the arms. We're going to slowly rise up into a tabletop position. And we'll do a few rounds of the cat-cow in this position. Exhale, and you're arching your back, lifting your belly, head down. Inhale and slowly lift your chin. Exhale, and just continue to move on your own, with your own rhythm, your own breath. And two more like that. We'll come back to center. We're going to bring the left arm out to the side and then slide it through for thread the needle. So pull the left arm over to the right along the floor, palm facing up. With the right hand, you can press a little bit into the mat. With your hips, you can slightly shift them over to the left, just back to center. Feeling that stretch in your shoulder and your back. With the right arm, if you'd like, you can also reach out straight out in front of your shoulder. I'll stay here for 3 more breaths. And slowly begin to bring your right hand into your mat, right close towards the other arm. Bring yourself back up to table. Do anything that feels good to release. You can shift your hips from side to side. Roll your hips. And we'll bring the right arm out and then we'll slide it through along the floor, palm facing out until you can lower down onto the side of your head, the right side of your head and the right shoulder. Pressing a little with your left hand, bringing your hips back to center. If they want to go up to the left side too, just bring them back. And if you'd like, come into any variation with your left arm that you'd like. And then slowly, when you're ready, we'll begin bringing the left hand back, it's in front, pressing down through the left hand, coming back up. Breathe in and out, maybe moving back into cat-cow. And then maybe one more time, sinking back into child's pose. So you can widen your knees again. If you want to go more into like a half dog, slide your arms forward, your knees would stay hip distance apart and your hips stay lifted over your knees. So whichever one you like here. We'll stay for 3 more breaths. And then you can start to bring your hands back or coming onto your elbows. Come back for a moment in the hero's pose. This can be challenging for the legs, but it's good to try as long as it doesn't hurt the knees or the feet or ankles. But it's a good one to keep working on. Again, reach your arms up with the inhale and slowly come over into a side bend. Just a gentle side bend, keeping both hips down. If you'd like to come out of this position, you can always come up to kneeling, lifting up off your feet there. Inhale back to center, exhale, other side. Inhaling back to center and exhale, release your arms. And this is another, can be a big stretch, but it's a really nice opening when you bring your hands back. Just to maybe behind your feet. I'm just on my fingertips. You can also use blocks, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders back. Sometimes I'll even come right onto my hands. So I'm now turning my hands so the fingers are pointing forward towards the knees, and then I lift up a little through the hips. Okay. And then release back. Slowly come out of that one. Bring the arms forward, curl the toes under. We're just going to come back into a squat for a moment. You can turn your hands to face out. So the palms are facing out and you're just gently pressing down. And then we'll slide down with the knees again, this time to come onto your back. So we are going to do a few things on our back before we do Shavasana today. You can come down really slowly from your lower back. Transition all the way through your spine from one vertebra to the next. And once you get to your shoulders, hang out there with your hands supporting the back of your head for a few breaths, elbows out to the sides. Your head is slightly lifted off the floor. Bring those feet in towards your hips, plant down through the feet. And then slowly bring your head right down and release your arms, release your head from side to side. Okay, I'm going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. And at this time, if you want to straighten out along through the left leg along your mat, lift your toes up, press out through your heel just a little there. We're going to come into a twist. So if you want to bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg there, right knee, and slowly roll over onto the outside of your left hip. You can reach out with your right arm. See if that feels good. If it doesn't, you can come back, bending both knees together, dropping both knees out to the side. But we want to keep that right shoulder down. I'm just resting my foot on my other leg. Turning the head to the right. Breathing here. And each breath, notice if that takes you deeper into your body. And noticing that your body is starting to release. Softening and melting into this pose. Okay, we're gonna slowly come back to center, bringing that right knee back in towards the chest, the starting position there. This time bending your left knee, left foot on the floor. We're gonna cross the right ankle over the front of the left thigh. Pressing into that leg for a moment with your right hand. And flex the foot just slightly, bringing your toes in towards your knees, and then bring your hands behind your left knee and lift off if that feels okay for you. You can lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Find that rhythm with your breath. You're inhaling slowly, exhaling. Really letting go of your full breath. Slowly releasing your left foot, bending at the knee, bring it back to center. And you can bring that right leg in for a moment. And bring the left knee in towards your chest too. And then extend out through your right leg. Keep that left knee in towards your chest. And we're going to move into the twist. So when you're ready, you can start to adjust into your preferred position here, whatever it is. So we don't want to match each other. We want to not pay attention so much to getting our body into a certain position or shape just because we think we should. It's more about that connecting to yourself to feel and really get a sense of what feels good. It's going to support your body the most. What shape in this pose? Everybody does it differently, depending on their body. We need to just be okay and fully accept where we are, how our body feels. We'll stay for 2 more breaths. And we'll slowly come back to center, bringing that knee back in towards your chest. And then bending your right knee, foot on the floor, sliding your left ankle onto that leg. Pressing into your left leg for a moment, pushing it away to open the hip. And moving into this at your own pace. If you'd like to bring your legs in towards your chest, you can slide your hands behind your right knee. Maintaining that slow, steady pace to your breath. When you're ready, you can lift your right leg up. Noticing some changes in your body after holding that for a length of time. Noticing any release. And lowering your right foot down again. Your left knee in towards your chest. You can bring your right knee in again. Do a little rock from side to side on your back. And then for the next posture, we have one more pose before Shavasana. But this time I would like you to really check in with yourself and do what feels good. Now, maybe you've been practicing yoga for a while and that comes easily, maybe not. So I can give you a few suggestions, but I really just want you to try to tap into your own feelings here about what your body's asking you to do. Okay, so you could go into a bridge, bringing your feet down, planting your feet firmly, lifting up. Or it could be, and you could roll up and down with your breath. You could come into butterfly, recline butterfly, feet together. Or again, maybe something else entirely. I just want you to check that out for yourself. See what feels good today. Whatever position you're in, we'll be here for about another 5 breaths. And work on really opening with your breath. And a more complete release on the exhalation. A cleansing and clearing breath. And then whatever position you're in, if you want to start to make your way into Shavasana and finding the position today that works best for your body. If it feels good to lie flat, your lower back's okay there. Feel free if you like to slide something underneath your legs. And into that, you can wiggle around, let your body get comfy, and then start to come into stillness. So we'll move into stillness. And taking a few moments to notice your entire body here and how with your awareness you can help your body to surrender into this pose a little bit more, just with your attention moving through from the head to the face and jaw. Notice if there's anything you can do to help further relax and release. Let the weight of your body shift down to the back of your head, releasing your neck, your shoulders sink, arms heavy, back releasing from the top, down, middle, and lower back. Feel the backs of your hips, settling them deeper. Front of your body open and light. So no holding anywhere through your torso, through your belly, just soften, allowing for more space. And for more breath to flow in and out just naturally now. Move your awareness down through from your belly to your hips, down your legs. Feeling all parts of your legs. And then finally your feet. Your whole body in a calm, relaxed state. Releasing and calming, relaxing the body. The mind can relax too. Any thoughts that come, let them come, and then also let them go. Rooting your awareness deeper into yourself. If you need to find focus, follow your breath. Very important pose. Some say the most important of all. If we can practice relaxation and stay calmer in all situations, we can be happy most of the time, or all the time, maybe even. if we can stay calm and relaxed. Allowing for any feelings to come up, observing them without reacting, practicing the pause. That's what we're doing, practicing that pause. Strengthening our connection to it. We can observe what we feel, how we feel. We can observe the mind without reaction, without any holding. Or resisting. Let it all go. When you're ready, we'll start to take a deeper breath in and out again. And wiggling your toes, your fingers. Move through your wrists and your ankles, rotating them. And then maybe reaching full body stretch. Do anything else here that feels good. Might bend your knees again, rock your legs. And we'll slowly roll over. Take your time to come out. Allowing yourself to be here now. Feeling any changes, any shifts in your experience. Yoga is a purification. It really helps to clear anything from the body, mind, emotions that we need to clear and release. So we come out feeling fresh and new, hopefully. And thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon.